Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So let's continue with the chapter 4 part 2. Basically, this chapter is a continuation and some of the topic is redundant. So I will go through a bit fast in some of the topic because I have explained in the chapter 1. Okay, so the chapter 4 part 2, communication digital content, wired and wireless network and devices. The objective purpose discuss the purpose of components required for successful communication, and then I will explain on the type of network: LAN, MAN, WAN, PAN, okay, peer-to-peer network communication software, and then the standards and protocols for communication, types of communication line. I have explained earlier a bit in chapter 4 part 1. And then what are the communication devices, discuss way to set up or configure a home network, differentiation among physical transmission media, and then wireless transmission media. Okay, what is communication? Digital communication refers to the process of transferring data, instruction of information between two or more computer or devices, often via internet. Okay, this is the simplified example of communication system. Some of devices that serve as sending devices. For a successful communication devices, successful communication must have a sending device, modem, transmission media, modem, and receiving device. Okay, what are the sending devices? It can be either servers, desktop, laptops, tablets, smartphone, and headsets, portable media player, handheld game devices, GPS receivers, and others. Okay, the transmission media consists of phone and power lines, cable television, other underground lines, microwave station, and satellite. Microwave station yang ni lah. Okay, this is the microwave station yang apa namanya tower ni ya. This is the example lah. This is all the sending devices, and here in the middle there is the transmission media. Okay, what are the tools for sending device? Laptop. Okay, example, we take an example of laptops and smartphone. Then the transmission media will be the phone lines or the satellites. We want to transmit our data or information to other devices. Okay, we need a communication device which connects the sending device to transmission media. Normally, it will convert the digital signal into analog signal to be transmitted through phone lines and satellites. And then receiving device accept the transmission of the information through the transmission media. Okay, it can be either laptop, smartphone, servers, tablets, and others. Okay. What are networks? Networks are collections of computers and devices connected via communication devices and transmission media. I have explained it in the introduction of the network in the last class, in the last lecture, chapter 4 part 1. Okay, why we need network? To share information, share hardware, facilitate communication, share software, transfer funds. Okay, and some companies hire value-added network provider for network function instead of using internet, or investing in administering an internal network. Okay, like UiTM, we have internal network. Okay, not using the internet. Okay, so you can read on this one on your own. Okay, what are the differences between LAN, MAN, WAN, and PAN? This is type of network. Network usually are classified as local area network or LAN, metropolitan area network or MAN, wide area network WAN, and personal area network. The differences among this classification is their area of coverage. Okay, for example, LAN, local area network, network that connects computer and or devices in limited geographical area, usually via cable within the building. For example, dalam satu bangunan kita guna LAN. Okay, wireless LAN dia okay. Yang ni dia guna Wi-Fi technology lah. Uses no physical wires but may also communicate with wired LAN. For example, for LAN local area network, we have home, school, office building. Okay, macam UiTM pun ada local area network untuk dalam kegunaan UiTM saja in the same building. Okay, metropolitan area network, high speed network that connects LAN in a metropolitan area, macam apa bandar besar ada banyak LAN, ada ribu LAN, maybe thousand of LAN, then want to connect those LAN to with other local area network, then they use metropolitan area network. Okay, include one or more LAN but covers a smaller geographical area than one. Maksudnya dia cover kawasan yang lebih kecil lah berbanding dengan wide area network. Maksudnya umumnya untuk normally for city or town. Okay, wide area network, network that covers a large geographical area using a wired or wireless transmission media. It can be one large network or multiple LANs connected together. The internet is the world largest one. Internet lah, wide area network cover, dia guna it covered the whole world. Okay, using satellite, okay, using the apa the tower yang saya cakap tadi ya. Okay. Okay, private area network, personal area network that connects computers devices in an individual workspace using wired and wireless technology. Macam dekat rumah lah. Dekat rumah tu kita panggil personal area network. Dalam rumah kita ada wifi kan, okay. For example, a network, maybe we can use network cables, USB cables, Bluetooth or Wi-Fi technology. Okay, from one computer to another. Okay, network architecture. The configuration of computers, devices and media on a network is sometimes called network architecture. Macam mana kita connect guna server lah. Okay, two example of network architecture are client server or peer-to-peer. Client server macam ni ya. Ada satu server, ada banyak client. Yang tengah-tengah ni ialah server lah. Yang tengah ni server, yang lain tu ialah client. Okay, what it means by that? One or more computers act as a server, whereas the rest of the computers on the network request services from the server. Server controls the access to resources and provides centralized storage area. Clients are other computers that rely on the server, yang lain-lain ni lah. This network architecture typically able to connect 10 or more computers. This is a simple client-server network. Okay, yang ni lah. Okay, peer-to-peer. This is a simple, inexpensive network architecture that connects less than 10 computer. Tadi lebih daripada 10, yang ni kurang. Each computer peers has the same responsibilities and capabilities, sharing resources with each other. Yang ni lah. Setiap komputer ni capability dia sama. Kalau macam tadi, peer client server, server paling power lah. Maksudnya dia control semua. Okay, macam peer-to-peer ni, semua komputer sama. Okay. Tapi kelemahan dia, it's up to less than 10 computers. Maksud kalau ramai tak boleh lah. Then we have to choose client server network. Okay, communication software helps users establish a connection to another computer or devices or network, manage the transmission of data or instruction or information, provide an interface for users to communicate with one another. Okay, network communication standards and protocols enable different devices on various type of network to communicate. The network must use similar technique of moving data to overcome the problems of incompatibility and to ensure the integration of hardware and software components into any network. Okay, because one of the problem between the network is the protocol. Dia protokol berbeza. Dia punya standard. So in order to overcome the problems of incompatibility, kita guna network communication standard dan protocol. Maksudnya kena sama lah. Okay, network standards define guidelines that specify the way computer access the medium that they are connected on, the type of medium used, the speed used on different network, and the types of physical cable or wireless technology used. Okay, benda ni kena seragam lah. Then we can connect between network. Hardware and software developers design their products to meet the guidelines so that devices can communicate with the network. But nowadays, this issues is no more a big issue because most of the network have its standard. Okay, lebih kurang sama ya. Dia boleh communicate. Okay, type of standard, Ethernet. It is a network standard that specifies no computer or device on the network or nodes should be controlling when the data can be transmitted. Each node will try to transfer data when it detects the network is ready to receive communication. If two nodes on internet network attempt to send data at the same time, a collision will happen. When this happens, the nodes will keep resending the messages until the transfer is useful. Until the transfer is successful. Setiap devices on the network, on internet, Ethernet, yang ni dipanggil nodes. Yang ni semua dipanggil node lah. Setiap komputer ni tadi ya. The standard defines guideline for physical configuration, cabling, network card, and etc. Common use for LAN, as it is cheaper and easy to install and maintain. The data transfer rate is 10 megabyte per second for home or small office, and up to 100 gigabyte per second for enterprise. Yang ni biasa digunakan dalam LAN lah, Ethernet ya. Token ring. Token ring, this standard specify that device on the network pass a special signal or token in one-way manner and in a predetermined order. Maksudnya dia dalam satu hala lah. Tak macam tadi ya. Tapi macam tadi kalau kita hantar ramai-ramai, dia akan hang. Bukan hang lah, dia akan keep on sending. Dan dia akan jadi delay lah. Token ring ni dia satu hala. Token is a series of bits that acts like a ticket, where it enables device to transmit data over the network. There is only one token exists per network. This ensures that only one device transfer data at a time. So maksudnya satu-satu ya, dia tak boleh banyak-banyak. Maksudnya kalau banyak hantar, dia tak boleh lah. Only one node ataupun only one device can send transmit data over the network at one time. This standard defines guideline for physical configuration. Data transfer rate 4 MB to 16 MB per second. It is slower compared to Ethernet. Ethernet tadi sampai 100 GB ya. Salah satu kelemahan token ring ni, kalau salah satu node rosak, network ni habis, tak boleh pakai. Maksudnya semua kena okey lah. TCP/IP. Yang ni diguna di internet ya. Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, a network protocol that defines how data travel from one end of a network to another. It is network standard for internet communication. It describes how messages are divided into small pieces, dipanggil packets. Dia pecahkan kepada packets dan dia hantar sikit-sikit. Sebab tu bila awak download, awak akan nampak sikit kan. Dia tak download sekali kalau 1 GB tak kan. Dia transfer sikit. 10 MB, 10 MB, 10 MB. Bergantung kepada internet speed lah. Ataupun awak punya wifi speed lah. Kalau laju lah. Kalau lambat lah. Kalau zaman saya dulu nak download movie, makan masa sampai 4-5 jam ya. Sekarang ni beberapa minit je kan. Lebih laju ya. So that it divided all the total messages into small pieces called packets. Provide addresses for each packet, check and detect errors, arranging packets, determine the flow of the messages along the network. Packet switching, breaking a message into individual packets, sending the packets along the best route available and then reassembling the data. Dia akan transfer sikit-sikit dan kemudian dia akan combine semula. But sometimes kalau ada paket yang rosak, dia tak boleh download lah. You have to re-download. This is how it works lah. Computer A and computer B send data. Computer A transmit data, and then computer B receive the data using the TCP/IP network protocol. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, also known as wireless fidelity, identify any network based on 802.11 standard, a series of network standard that specify how two wireless devices communicate over the air. Sometimes referred as a wireless Ethernet due to the similarity in physical configuration. Dia sama macam Ethernet tapi cuma dia wireless ya. Hotspot is one of the popular use of Wi-Fi. Wireless network range up to 300 feet. Or 100 feet in closed area. 300 feet for open area. Data transfer rate 11 megabyte per second up to 7 gigabyte per second. Okay, another type of network, LTE, long-term evolution. Long-term evolution, a network standard that defines how high-speed cellular transmission use broadcast radio to transfer data for mobile communication. Yang ni untuk handphone lah, smartphone. Downloading rate 100 megabyte, uploading rate 30 megabyte per second. Newer specification could support up to 1 gigabyte per second for download and 500 megabyte for upload. LTE support data messaging, voice and video transfer. Two competing standard, WiMAX and UMB. WiMAX Worldwide Interoperability for Microwave Access. UMB, Ultra Mobile Broadband. Okay. So ada ni lah UE, User Requirement, RAN, Radio Access Network, PDN, Packet Data Network, LTE. Okay, LTE stand for Long Term Evaluation. Okay. Next, Bluetooth. A network protocol that defines how two Bluetooth devices transmit data using short range radio wave. Dia untuk yang tak berapa jauh lah, dalam rasanya up to 33 feet, 30 kaki ya. But it can extendable to 325 feet with additional device. Macam handphone sekarang ni dia sampai up to 10 meter if I'm not mistaken. Lebih kurang lah. A Bluetooth device contains a small chip that enables it to communicate with other Bluetooth device. The originating device send a code to the connecting device by using pairing. Kita kena pair dulu baru boleh accept, dan dia akan baru kita boleh guna secara we can transmit the data or information. The codes must match to establish the connection. Contohnya kita guna dalam kereta kan, dalam rumah pada kita boleh guna Bluetooth and so on. Okay, UWB, Ultra Wideband, a network standard that specifies how two ultra wideband or UWB devices communicate at high speed using short range radio wave. Data transfer rate 110 megabyte per second. Network range macam Bluetooth juga, around 33 feet. The closer the distance, the higher the transfer rate. UWB can transmit signal through door or other obstacles, macam Bluetooth jugalah. Tapi kalau obstacle terlampau ni dia tak boleh lepas ya. Best used for large file transfer, video, audio, graphic, due to its high transfer rate. Example of UWB uses tracking inventory, equipment, and also personnel. Okay, IRDA. IRDA stand for Infrared Data Association. Kita guna infrared lah. Biasanya dekat remote TV, remote aircon ni kita guna infrared. A standard used to transmit data wirelessly via infrared light wave. The transfer rate around 115 kilobyte per second to 4 megabyte per second. The early generation of handphone or smartphone using IRDA. IRDA ni kelemahan dia apa? Dia kena berdepan. Dia tak boleh ada halangan langsung. Kalau macam Bluetooth, dia tak perlukan kita letak benda tu berdepan. Okey, macam remote TV lah. Kalau kita tutup depan dia, kita tak boleh guna kan. Dia kena direct sampai ke TV tadi. It requires line of sight transmission. The sending and receiving devices must be in line so that nothing blocks the path of the infrared light wave. Maksudnya kalau ada halangan di tengah-tengah tu tak boleh lah. Macam remote TV, remote aircon kalau ni awak janganlah ketuk-ketuk benda tu. Maksudnya dia tak straight line. Unless bateri habis lah. Okay. Another one is RFID. Radio Frequency Identification. RFID. Radio Frequency Identification. A protocol that defines how a network communicates with a tag or transponder placed in or attached to an object, animal or a person using radio signal. Okay. Macam dalam gambar rajah ni, dia guna untuk bayar tol dan sebagainya. Di Malaysia ada RFID kita guna. A transponder consists of antenna where RFID reader transceiver reads the radio signal and transfers the data to a computer. Memory chips contain the information to be transmitted via radio wave. Network range 5 inches to 300 feet. So yang ni dikatakan boleh ganti touch and go lah yang di Malaysia. Touch and go kita kena smart tag kan, kita kena beli device ya untuk radio wave tadi kita kuatkan ya. So, RFID tak perlu, dia hanya lekat dekat cermin kereta dan it is easier to be used. Okay, NFC, I have explained this one in the earlier chapter. Near field communication, NFC, near field communication, a protocol that defines how a network connect two devices with NFC enabled technology using close range radio signal. So yang ni dekat-dekat je lah. Smartphone, scan or QR code, bank cards, paywave, touch and go card. This is the example of NFC. NFC tag, a chip that can store small amounts of data. The devices touch or placed within 1 to 2 inch from each other to be transmitted. Lebih dekat lah berbanding dengan infrared dan Bluetooth. Up to 5 inches ya, kalau yang tak kuat. Okay, communication line. We have dedicated line, physical connection that is established between two communication device. Business often use dedicated line to connect geographically distant office. Okay, macam head office ke branch. Okay, as I mentioned earlier in the earlier chapter, we have two type of signal, analog and digital. Okay, digital line increasingly are connecting home and business users to network around the globe because they transmit data and information at faster rate than analog lines. Okay, among the digital subscriber line, cable television line, DSL, ISDN lines, FTTP, T-carrier lines and ATM. Okay, what are the difference between these dedicated lines, digital dedicated lines? Cable up to 100 megabyte, DSL 8.45 megabyte, FTTP 300 megabyte, fractional T1 768 kilobyte, T1 up to 1.444 megabyte, T3 44.736 megabyte, ATM up to 622 megabyte per second and can reach up to 10 gigabyte per second. Okay. Cable. The cable television or CATV network provide high-speed internet connection. Okay, using cable internet service. The CATV signal enters a building through a single line, usually coaxial cable. Coaxial cable ni yang sambung ke area TV ya, kalau area TV lama dia. This cable connect to a modem which typically attached to your computer via an Ethernet cable. Home and small business users often subscribe to cable internet service. Di Malaysia kita tak gunakan kabel ni ya. Kita gunakan yang ni. Yang ni coaxial cable lah. Yang saya katakan yang area TV tu ya. Yang ni Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable ni kita guna, yang ni yang awak biasa tengok kot yang ni ya. Yang warna biru ni ya. Okay, this one is basically using a high speed internet cable. Ataupun dipanggil apa nama, fiber optic. Okay. DSL, digital subscriber line, transmit on existing standard copper phone wiring. Dia guna wire telefon ya. Some DSL installation include a dial tone, provide users with both voice and data communication. Kalau guna Streamix, awak guna DSL. Okay. Kalau awak guna Unify, yang tu lain. Dia tak guna ni ya, dia guna lain. A bit line dia berbeza. DSL installation often require that filters be installed to reduce noise interference when voice communications share the same line. DSL is a popular digital line alternative for the small business for home user. Okay. Okay, so this is the example. So this is using DSL filter. We have ADSL and phone. Kalau guna Streamix ya, di rumah dia guna yang ni. Guna copper phone wiring. Okey, ADSL yang ni yang kita guna apa namanya? Unify, dia guna ADSL, asymmetric digital subscriber line. ADSL is a type of DSL that support faster downstream rates and upstream rates. ADSL is ideal for internet access because most users download more information from the internet than they upload. Okay, so the transfer rate is faster. Okay, what are the differences between DSL and cable? DSL uses line that is not shared with other users in their neighborhood. Maksudnya dia personal. For cable internet service, users might share the node with up to 100 of other cable internet users. Simultaneous access by many users can cause the cable internet service to slow down. Di Malaysia kita tak guna kabel internet, kita guna DSL and ADSL. Dia lebih stabil lah. Cable internet service, however, has widespread availability and usually has faster transmission rates. Okay, ISDN. ISDN is a set of standard for digital transmission of data over standard copper phone line, not as widely used today as in the past. With ISDNs, the same phone line that could carry only one computer signal now can carry 3 or more signals at once through the same line using technique called multiplexing. Okay, yang ni saya katakan bila awak guna streaming tadi ya. This is the multiplexing technique. FTTP, fiber to the premise. Okay, fiber to the premises. FTTP uses fiber optic cable to provide extremely high speed internet access to a user's physical permanent location. FTTH, fiber to home, provide home users with internet access via fiber optic cable. If I'm not mistaken, Unify dah guna FTTH ya. FTTB, fiber to building, refers to small businesses that use fiber optic cables to access the internet. FTTP, with the FTTP service, an optical terminal at your location receives the signal and transfers them to a router connected to a computer. As the cost of installing fiber decreases, more homes and business users are expected to choose FTTP. Kalau tengok sekarang ni, we can have harga sama dibayar untuk Unify tapi dapat yang lebih laju. Sama lah juga untuk internet wireless internet untuk data for your smartphone kan, through service provider kan. But nowadays it become more and more and it's become cheaper, okay, compared to previous years or in the past. Okay, T carrier line is any several types of long distance digital phone lines that carry multiple signals over a single communication line. Standard phone line carries only one signal. Digital T carrier line use multiplexing so that multiple signals shares the line. T carrier lines provide very fast data transfer rates. Only medium to large companies usually can afford the investment in T carrier line because these lines are so expensive. Okay, another one is a fractional T1. The most popular T carrier line is the T1 line. Businesses often use T1 lines to connect to the internet. Home and small business users share a connection to the T1 lines with other users by using fractional T1. Fractional T1 is slower than the dedicated T1 line, but it is also less expensive. Users who do not have other high-speed internet access in their areas can opt for fractional T1. Okay, tapi di Malaysia ni ada, tapi it is in certain area, not all area. Okay, T3 line, a T3 line is equal to 28 T1 lines. Okay, maksudnya lagi laju lah. T1 line is made up to 24 channel of 64 kilobyte per second. T3 line made up 28 times 24, 672 channels of 64 kilobyte per second. T3 lines are quite expensive. Main users of T3 line include large corporation, phone companies, ISP connecting to the internet backbone. The internet backbone itself uses T3 line. Okay, untuk internet backbone dia guna T3 line lah, nak support banyak users ya. Okay, ATM stand for asynchronous transfer mode. Asynchronous transfer mode. ATM is a service that carries voice data or video and media at very high speed. Full networks the internet, and other network with large amount of traffic using ATM. Some experts predict that ATM eventually will become the internet standard for data transmission, replacing T3 line. Sekarang ni kita masih pakai T3 ya. But it is expected to change in the future. Okay, communication devices. Any type of hardware that is capable of transferring data, instruction and information between sending and receiving device. Dia termasuk tadi smartphone, laptop, desktop, kereta, your car. Okay, sekarang ni semua berhubung dekat internet kan. Kalau kereta rosak, dekat mana-mana kita boleh hantar signal kan. Then they will send technician to the location. Okay, digital modem, cable, DSL, AIS160, also called broadband modem, sends and receive data to and from a digital line. This modem usually have a built-in Wi-Fi connectivity. Okay, cable modem. Oh, yang ni tadi saya rasa dah explain ni, but this one is for home lah. Cable modem sends receive the digital data over CATV. The splitter is used to access to the internet, where one part of cable run to TV, whereas another part connect to the cable modem. Cable modem is an external device where one end connect to a CATV wall outlet, while other plugs in port on a computer. Di negara lain diguna kaedah ni. Di Malaysia tidak. Kita tak guna cable modem tapi lately ni kalau awak perasan ada promotion daripada apa namanya tu, Astro. Saya dah lama tak ada ya, nak sebut nama pun tak ingat. Saya dah lama uninstall, saya dah guna Winify. Okay, Astro sekarang dah ada internet kan, dia provide internet kan. Okay, kalau Astro tu TV kabel. Okay, kalau dia provide internet, maknanya dia gunakan kabel modem lah. Tapi sekarang ni dah banyak guna hybrid dia dah sambungkan juga kepada DSL and ADSL carrier. Okay, DSL modem, yang ni yang saya katakan di Malaysia kita guna yang ni. DSL modem sends digital data from a computer to a digital subscriber line. ISDN modem sends a digital data from a computer to an ISDN line and receive digital data from ISDN line. Both modem are also external devices where one end connect to the phone line while other plugs into to a computer port. Ataupun sekarang ni kebanyakannya kita dah gunakan wireless kan, kita guna Wi-Fi. It can be wired and it can be wireless. Okay, wireless modem ni yang saya katakan tadi. Use mobile device providers network to connect the internet wirelessly from a device. Have an external built-in antenna. Macam kebanyakan komputer smartphone dia dah built-in di dalam device tu. Tapi pada komputer setengah komputer dia perlukan external device. Komputer saya perlukan benda ni yang ni. Sebabnya dia tak ada dalam dia tak ada built-in modem so kalau tak ada kena beli benda ni lah then plug into your USB port. Okay, available as USB adapter. Some smartphone also acts a wireless modem. Sekarang ni banyak juga ya yang dah boleh jadi wireless modem kan. Gunakan hotspot untuk your smartphone to be used with your laptop and desktop. Okay, wireless access point or WAP. A central communication device that allows computers to transfer data wirelessly among themselves or to a wired network using wireless technologies, for example, Wi-Fi. Okay, wireless access point have high quality internal or external antennas for optimal signals. Okay, macam student banyak komplain setengah tempat dalam UiTM contohnya dia tak ada internet, dia tak kuat. Sebabnya dia jauh daripada point tu lah, wireless access point. So you must know where is the wireless access point. You should get near to the wireless access point, then you get a higher signal. A stronger signal that you can use your internet. Okay, place WAP at the highest possible location for the best signals. An extension could also be used to strengthen the wireless signal. WAP connects the router either via Ethernet or other cables or part of router itself. This is an example of the wireless access point. Okay, router. What is router? Router connects multiple computer. Ada orang panggil router ya, saya panggil router. Connects multiple computers or other routers together and transmit data to its correct destination on a network. On a large network, routers forward data packets to their destination using fastest available path. Dia akan carilah the fastest path and then will transmit the information. For smaller network, a router allows multiple computers or mobile devices to share a single broadband internet connection. Yang macam dekat rumah kan, kita guna macam ni lah. Kita share je kan. Bila makin banyak device, internet tu akan slow lah. Network tu akan jadi slow. Through a router, home or small business network can share access to a broadband internet connect such as through a cable or DSL modem. Okay, additional functionalities of router: wireless router, router plus WAP, broadband router, router plus broadband modem, router plus WAP plus cable and DSL modem. Macam dekat rumah kita dah campur benda ni. Dia punya function. Mobile broadband wireless router, router plus WAP plus wireless modem. This router is able to create a mobile hotspot macam di smartphone lah. Okay, network cable. Also called NIC, Network Interface Cable. Ataupun, Network Interface Card. Sorry, saya kata cable dia. Network cards, okay. Enable a computer without built-in networking capability to access a network. Biasanya kebanyakan laptop dan desktop dia dah ada benda ni. Tapi kalau tak ada, then you have to install. So it coordinates the transmission and receive the data to and from computer that contains the network card. Network card ni dia convert lah. Dia convert digital signal to analog signal. Kalau tak, komputer tak boleh baca kalau awak tak ada network card. An IC for a desktop and adapter card with a port where a cable connects. An IC for mobile computers, normally using USB adapter. Okay, hubs and switches. Provide center point for cables in a network. Hub is for a large network, switch for smaller network. Yang ni lah hub tengah-tengah ni ya. Hub or switch in a smaller network. Some hubs or switches include router where they receive data from many directions and later forwards it to one or more destination. Okay, you need to read this topic several times. It's quite difficult to understand. Okay, home network, basically the same, but I'll try to explain it sebaik mungkin lah. Many home users connect multiple computers and devices together in a home network. Vendors typically offer home networking packages that include all the necessary hardware and software to network your home using wired or wireless techniques. You no longer need an extensive knowledge of network to set up home network. Kalau dulu kena tahu ya, kalau kita guna kabel, macam-macam setup, protokol lah semua kita kena tahu. Okay, but nowadays you just need tak perlu tahu banyak lah. Hanya tahu minimum knowledge of network, then you can set up your network. For example, desktop operating system often enable you to connect all computers in your house to a home network easily. Yang ni kalau rumah tu ada banyak laptop or desktop dan kita nak connect semua tu guna network ya. Macam ni ya. Dia kata apa yang okey, yang ni kita guna attic ni tadi ya. So yang terbaik akan dapat dua ni lah. Bilik atas ni. Okey. Dan juga living room. Untuk bedroom, bathroom, dining room, kitchen hanya fair. Bila pergi dekat luar ni dia jadi merah lah, attic pun merah. Maksudnya yang dalam ni je yang betul-betul strong connection dia. Sebab dia yang ni ya, atas bawah ni, router or wireless access point in office dekat atas ni, so bawah dapat lah. So kiri kanan ni, bilik ni dia tak berapa kuat. Okay. IP hijacking. IP hijacking occurs when cyber thief tap into home routers or cable modem or other internet access point to intercept a paid internet service. Orang curi line lah senang ceritanya ya. Dia curi line kita. Dia tak bayar pun. Dia dah lalu depan rumah kita tengok ada wifi. Dia curi. Okay, yang tu dipanggil IP hijacking. Unscrupulous people hijack internet service in one or two ways. Then the first one, if your network has no security, tak letak password kan, dia datang dia guna lah. Dia guna free lah. Macam awak saja bagi lah sebenarnya. Number two, the thief determine the network name and password and then reprogram their modem setting to duplicate the network setting. Maksudnya dia tahu kita punya password dengan ni, kemudian dia duplicate. Okay, setting. Step to determine if someone is accessing your wireless network without permission, sign in to the administrative interface. Count the number of connected device. Kita boleh tahu ya berapa banyak device connected to the network, and then secure your network to avoid IP hijacking. Senangnya jangan bagi password dekat orang lah ya. Home bagi username password memang orang akan gunalah kan. Bukan mula-mula dia kata dia, lepas tu dia bagi orang lain ya. Sudahnya ramai yang akan guna. Planning and designing home network. What devices, how large, how many users, how secure. Okay, this is among the question need to ask when you plan or design a home network, kalau nak buat lah ya. Okay, hardware needed for home network: modem, wireless access point, router and devices. This one you read on your own. I have explained in the previous part. Actually, this is the same. The repetitive item. Okay, transmission media. Transmission media ni macam mana data transmit daripada tadi saya cerita pasal sending device, receiving device dengan modem apa function modem. Now the transmission media, kabel dengan wireless tadilah. Okay, a medium where one or more communication signals travel. The signal data that carries data may travel over various transmission media, both physically and wirelessly, especially for a long distance destination. Even though many media and devices may involve, the entire communication process could take less than a second to complete. Okay, maksudnya sangat laju lah. Bandwidth, the most of information that can travel over transmission media. The large size of data requires higher bandwidth. For example, graphic, movie and so on. Latency, the time a signal takes to travel from one location to another on a network. It is influenced by the distance between the 2 points, type of transmission media used, and the number of nodes the data must travel through. Berapa banyak nodes inilah. Daripada komputer pergi ke server, pergi T1 line, pergi server, lepas tu pergi server lain, lepas tu masuk dekat microwave station, transmit to other modem, kemudian masuk ke receiving devices. So it depends on many reason. Okay, transmission media. We look at the first one, cable. Kita ada twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optic. Okay, twisted pair cable ni standard telephone line dia panggil twisted pair cable. Coaxial cable yang aerial TV tu lah. Fiber optic cable yang warna biru tadi, yang saya tunjuk tadi. Yang ni, this is twisted pair. Twisted pair ni paling slow lah. Twisted pair widely used in media transmission for network cabling and landline phone system. Twisted pair cable consists of one or more twisted pair wires bundled together. Tu dia panggil twisted pair, dia bergulung-gulung. Okay. Each twisted pair consists of two separate insulated copper wire that are twisted together. The wires are twisted together to reduce noise, which is an electrical disturbance that can degrade communication. Kenapa dia pusingkan? Untuk mengurangkan gangguan, to reduce noise dalam electrical disturbance, okay, ataupun electrical disturbance. Okay, coaxial cable yang saya kata TV tadi. Coaxial cable consists of single copper wire surrounded by at least 3 layers. Biasanya ada satu copper tengah-tengah, kemudian kat luarnya ada banyak yang ni lah. Okay, copper wire tengah-tengah ni. Kemudian ada insulating material yang asingkan copper wire dengan woven or braided metal ni. Dia tak boleh bersambung. Kalau bersambung nanti dia akan jadi noise lah. Okay. So this is the technology used for TV, television. CATV network wiring often use coaxial cable because it can be cabled over long distance than twisted pair. Twisted pair ni lama-lama dia akan jadi noise juga, dia akan jadi gangguan, dia jadi slow. Coaxial cable lebih laju lah. Most today's computer network uses fiber optic cable rather than coaxial cable because of their capability to transmit signals at faster rate. Di Malaysia tak guna coaxial cable sebab apa? Kita terus masuk ke yang ni, fiber optic. Sebab yang ni lebih laju. Okay. Fiber optic cable, the core of a fiber optic cable consists of dozens of hundreds of thin strands of glass or plastic that use light to transmit signal. Yang inilah. Okay. Dia guna cable contains many optical fibers. Okay. Fiber optic lajulah. Each strand called optical fiber and is as thin as human hair. Sangat halus. Inside the fiber optic cable, an insulating glass cladding and a protective coating surround each of the fiber, optical fiber. Okay. Okay, advantages: capability of carrying significantly more signal, faster, less susceptible to noise, kurang gangguan, better security for signal, smaller size, lebih kecil. Disadvantage: it costs more than twisted pair or coaxial. It can be difficult to install and modify. Okay. Despite of the limitation, many phone companies replace original analog phone line with fiber optic cable, enabling them to offer fiber optic internet access to home and business users. Macam di Malaysia, Telekom dia gunakan Unify dia guna fiber optic. Businesses also use fiber optic cable in high traffic network or as the backbone in the network. Okay, wireless. Tadi wire ada 3 je. Kita ada twisted pair, ulang balik, coaxial cable and fiber optic. Okay, untuk wireless ada banyak lah. Tapi untuk untuk AIS160 kita hanya ambil infrared, broadcast radio, cellular radio, microwave radio and communication satellite 5 ya. Okay, infrared, a wireless transmission medium that sends signals using infrared light. Mobile computers and devices such as mouse, printer, smartphone may have an IRDA port that enable the transfer of data from one device to another using infrared. Infrared ni kelemahan dia tak boleh block lah kan, saya dah kata tadi kan, dia kena straight. Okay, broadcast radio. Broadcast radio is a wireless transmission medium that distributes radio signals through the air over long distances between cities, regions and countries, or short distances within an office or home. You need a transmitter to send the broadcast radio signal and receiver to accept it. To receive the broadcast radio signal, the receiver has the antenna that is located in the range of the signal. Some networks use transceiver which both sends and receive signal from wireless devices. Broadcast radio is slower and more susceptible to noise than physical transmission media, but provide flexibility and portability. Okay, macam broadcast radio ni yang simplenya kita guna untuk walkie-talkie tu lah. Ni guna broadcast radio Bluetooth, UWB and Wi-Fi communication technology discussed earlier in this chapter use broadcast radio signal. Bluetooth and UWB are alternative to infrared communication, with the latter designed for high bandwidth transmission. Okay. Cellular radio is form of broadcast radio that is in wide use for mobile communication, specifically wireless modem and mobile phone. A mobile phone uses high frequency radio wave to transmit voice and digital data messages. Because only a limited number of radio frequencies exist, mobile service providers reuse frequencies so that they can accommodate the large number of users. Some users install an amplifier booster to improve the signal strength. Okay, yang ni cellular radio lah. Dulu semula dengan 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, sekarang dah 5G. Okay, apa beza dia? 1G analog signal. Dulu kelebihan 1G ni dia guna analog signal, coverage dia sampai dalam kawasan kampung, hutan masih dapat ya. Tapi masa tu hanya boleh bercakap je, dia tak boleh hantar mesej. Hantar mesej pun SMS je. Kemudian ada 2G. 2G dia start dengan digital. Digital dia dah start boleh hantar mesej yang banyak lah. Kalau tu mesej dia sikit je. Tak boleh ada berapa 50 huruf ke. Saya ingat saya 1G 2G dia banyak sikit. Tapi masih boleh hantar simple animation. Okay, 2G digital transfer. G stand for generation. 1G first generation, 2G second generation lah. Improve voice transmission, added data communication, added SMS. Dulu yang mula-mula analog tu langsung tak ada 1G langsung tak ada, sorry. 1G hanya bercakap je, suara je. Kelemahan dia senang nak orang senang nak duplicate. Boleh curi line bulan ni bil awak RM100, bulan depan jadi RM1000. Pasal apa? Ramai-ramai guna. Okey. Itu kelemahan dia lah. 2G dia digital. Dia start guna digital. Dia dah support message dan juga simple animation 3G yang ni dah start dengan internet lah. Dia dah support banyak benda 3G. Dia guna MMS, ada UMT, Universal Mobile Telecommunication System, CDMA, and H, Enhanced Data GSM Environment, and EVDO, Evolution Data Optimize. Okey, yang tu 3G. Kemudian pergi ke 4G. The fourth generation. Digital transfer at speed up to 100 megabyte per second. Laju lah. 3G tak laju sangat. 4G lebih laju Improve video transmission. Kita dah boleh buat video call. Kita dah boleh. 3G tak boleh masih sangkut. Ke 4G dia smooth Standard include long term evolution. Dia guna LTE UMB, Ultra Mobile Broadband, IEEE 8.2.16 WiMAX dia guna yang tu. Okay, this is the latest one, 5G. Kita dah start guna apa beza 4G and 5G? 5G lebih laju expected it improve the bandwidth, provide artificial intelligence capabilities on wearable devices. Kita dah sampai gunakan AI untuk 5G. Okey. Microwave, yang ni awak nampak tepi highway tu kan. Ada microwave ni. Station, microwave station. Dia transmit data straight line. Dia kena tinggi sebab tu dia pakai tower. Nak transmit daripada satu microwave station to another, dia in straight line ini Dia transmit. Maksudnya tak boleh ada gangguan. Kalau awak duduk tengah-tengah ni apa jadi? Awak duduk tengah-tengah ni memang pendek umur awak sebabnya radiation very very high. Sebab tu dia tinggi tak ada gangguan. Sebab tu kawasan microwave station ni dia dilarang masuk untuk beberapa meter. Sebab ada radiasi Macam di Ipoh ni antara stesen pemancar tingginya di Bukit Keledang Tapi orang suka panjat Bukit Keledang sampai atas tu kan, duduk atas tu naik basikal, hiking. Sebenarnya tak berapa elok tu Dia microwave station yang besar So a lot of radiation. Microwave are radio wave that provide a high-speed signal transmission, often called fixed wireless, involve sending signals from one microwave station to another. Microwave station is an earth-based reflective dish that contains an antenna, transceivers, and other equipment necessary for microwave communication. As with infrared, microwave used in line of straight transmission. Okay, line of straight transmission from one microwave station to another. To avoid possible obstructions such as building or mountains, microwave station often sit on the top of buildings, towers or mountains. Okay, ataupun dia gunakan tower yang tinggi lah. Okay. Where microwave transmission use? Installing physical transmission media is difficult or impossible. Line of one offsite switch is available. This is among the reason why. Second, wide open areas such as desert or lakes, jauh kan, between buildings in a closed geographical area, or communicate with satellite. Sometimes they transmit to the satellite lah. Current users of microwave transmission including universities, hospitals, city, government, CATV providers and phone companies. Home and small business that do not have other high-speed internet connection available in their area also opt for lower cost fixed wireless plan. Okay, tadi microwave station earth based. Okay, satellite yang ni dia mengelilingi bumi lah satellite So a communication satellite is a space station that receives microwave signal from an Earth-based location. Amplify, strengthen the signal, broadcast the signal back over a wide area to any number of Earth-based station. Dia akan transmit daripada satu tempat ke satu tempat melalui space lah, udara, angkasa. Often devices such as smartphone and GPS receivers also can function as Earth-based station. Uplinks transmission from an Earth-based station to a satellite. Downlink transmission from a satellite to an Earth-based station. Uplink kita transfer ke satellite. Downlink maksudnya daripada satellite transfer ke communication device. Applications and navigation, television and radio broadcast, weather forecasting, video conferencing, paging, global positioning, internet connection yang awak guna GPS semua tu kan. Yang tu semua guna satellite lah. Global positioning system GPS. Transmission speed, uplink transmission usually slower compared to downlink. This difference in speed usually is acceptable to most internet satellite satellite users because they download much more data than they upload. Okay, although a satellite internet connection is more expensive than cable internet or DSL connection, sometimes it is the only high-speed internet option in remote areas. Okay, ni saya dah sentuh tadi, GPS Global Positioning System. It is a navigation system that consists of one or more Earth-based receiver that accept and analyze signals sent by satellites in order to determine the receiver's geographic location. Many mobile devices, such as smartphone, have GPS capabilities built into the device and as an add-on feature. Some users carry a handheld GPS receiver. Others mount a receiver or to an object such as an automobile, a boat, an airplane, farm, construction equipment, and a computer and mobile devices. Okay, macam nelayan pun dia gunakan GPS untuk cari kawasan yang banyak ikan. Untuk yang gunakan GPS system. The GPS receiver is a handheld, mountable or embedded device that contains an antenna, a radio receiver and a processor. Macam kalau tengok cerita National Geographic dia nak detect haiwan tu pergi mana kan. Dia letak dekat collar tu dan dia akan tahu, dia biar je untuk setahun dia pergi mana, dia cari. Banyak gunalah GPS. This is among the example. Dekat jam pun ada, macam Garmin dia guna GPS. Lepas tu tracker, ni macam ni untuk dog collar, nak tahu anjing tu kat mana. What are the use of GPS? To assist people to determining where they are located. The data obtained from a GPS, however, can be applied to a variety of other uses. For example, creating a map, ascertaining the best route between 2 points, macam yang kita guna sekarang ni dekat Waze ataupun Google Maps. Locating a lost person or stolen objects. Macam telefon kita boleh set kan, nak jumpa kalau ni, how to find your lost phone kan. Monitoring the movement of a person or object. Ada setengah orang letak dekat anak-anak nak tahu, takut anak dia diculik dan sebagainya. Determining the altitude and also calculating the speed. Macam dekat kereta kan, kita tahu berapa laju kereta tu bergerak. Many vehicles use GPS to provide drivers with directions, alternate traffic routes, automatically call for help, dispatch roadside assistance, unlock the driver's side door, track the vehicles if it is stolen. The newer GPS receiver also give drivers information about nearby points of interest, gas station, restaurant. Yang ni ada dalam phone pun sekarang dah ada. Hikers and remote campers may carry GPS receivers in case of they need emergency help or direction, and some GPS receiver work in conjunction with cellular radio network. Parents, for example, can locate the whereabouts of a child who carries a mobile phone with GPS capability or other GPS enabled device. Okay, so that's it for chapter 4. It's a bit long chapter for part 2. Okay, I hope you can understand the chapter itself. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of the chapter 4. I will continue with chapter 5 in the next lecture, insyaAllah. Okay, thank you.